Hey friends, welcome back. This is episode number 23 of Let's Play Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. And first things first, I did buy those TMs that I was looking into. Actually, bought three of them. Had to sell two of the nuggets to get enough money. But now that we don't have to save for Premier Balls, then I'm not too worried about doing that. And there's some good TMs, so I'm excited to use some of them. So we have Aerial Ace, which is a kind of the flying equivalent of Swift, but it's physical instead of special. But the reason I really want it is because um, it will get stab before Ava. So, what do we want to give up? Probably Disarming Voice, just because everything else is higher base power. And she does have a little higher attack stat, whereas Disarming Voice is a special attack. If I was a Mega Altaria, I would have stab, but we probably won't have Disarming Voice by then anyway, so. Alright, we might teach it to the other two as well, but let me see what else we have first. So low sweep I only got for Ford here, but it is going to be an improvement over double kick. They also had power up punch as an option, but it only has 40 base power, so even though it increases your attack stat, losing 20 base power to do it just didn't seem like a good trade-off to me. If it was free, maybe, but the fact that it's 10k that we didn't really have. I think I'm down to 9k when all is said and done. Um, I would just rather go with low sleep. Low sleep has 65 base power, as you can see, and it also lowers the target speed, so win-win. Bulldoze is a pretty good ground type move that also lowers the opponent's speed, base 60 power. But I figured it'd be good for Dan to learn it, and probably Slate as well. So we have Stomp and Secret Power. Both are pretty good, have their pros and cons, but I think I'll probably keep Secret Power. What's nice about ground type attacks, they're one of the best offensive attack types because they are super effective against fire and steel and rock, which are pretty common types, and electric. So it's only resisted by grass and obviously flying are immune to it. And I think that's it. Oh, bug types and bug types. Um, so actually knowing bug and rock type moves is a really good combination. There are very few Pokemon that resist both bug and rock type, both ground and rock type moves, and they're all part grass type, grass fighting or grass ground. All right, so decisions. It's hard because like we have our two stab attacks, and then we have Rock Tomb, which is pretty good, Secret Power, which is really good. Like all of these moves are just about equally good. So you know what? Our special attack is so much lower than our attack stat. Even though we get stabbed from this, I think because I mean it is super effective against like poison types and fighting types. And we might face some poison types with like Team Aqua, but they really have dark types. I just think Bulldoze is going to be better. So there's also Rock Tomb, but Rock Tomb is base 60. If Rock Tomb is base 50, I'll get rid of probably that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of Confusion. Even though it gets stabbed, just being special, it's not quite as valuable. Alright, so the only other choice would be Aerial Ace. Do we want to teach Aerial Ace to either of these two? Flying is so good too. Like I want to do. I'm curious to see like type-wise how many Pokemon are weak to each of these. I think I will teach it to Ford. I guess mainly for other fighting types because Bug and Grass are weak to fire usually. And I think I'll probably get rid of Flame Charge, even though it is occasionally useful. We also have Low Sweep to lower their speed, so... and Rock Tomb, we have a lot of moves that lower speed, come to think of it. So I don't think we really need to increase our speed as much. I think it'd be probably better to have Aerial Ace. So let's do that. And it'll help with the X-Propelled as well. Alright, so that should be pretty good for now. I might teach Slate Aerial Ace as well, but we'll see. Anyway, the reason I'm starting here, of course, is because I want to see what's up this thing here. Now that we have a Mach Bike, hey, there we go. We can face some more trainers. Hopefully they have fighting type Pokemon and not rock type Pokemon, since we have Ava the Swablu up first. Oh, normal type, okay. Linoon, the evolved form of Zigzagoon. I always think of hikers as being like these really like burly guys with their long beards. The ones in this game are not what I think of when I think of. Well, I guess that's hikers versus backpackers. Okay, that's fair. So normal type versus normal type. Seeker power gets stab and has a higher base power and has the chance for a secondary effect. So let's go with that. I don't remember what the secondary effect is here in like a rocky area. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. We'll just see what it does. Not a lot is the answer. Well, let's see what happens. This is where it's clear that Linoon is an evolved Pokemon and Ava is not. Of course, when Ava's fully evolved, Linoon would be no match, but until then... Alright, and we didn't get a boost or anything. Let's go ahead and switch out, just because it looks like one more Fury Swipes will take out Ava. We'll bring in Slate since he will resist Linoon's attacks. Of course, Fury Swipes is random in how much damage it does, but looked like it did enough. Alright, and all of our moves are normal, so I guess Metal Claw is the best bet. Even though it might miss. I'm not sure if the other ones, they probably would defeat Linoon anyway. But 95 accuracy is not too bad. Oh, also, I did look up the restaurant. It has some decent prizes, but the downside is you can only face it once per day. The reason we did it twice last episode is because it actually struck midnight in between the middle of the episode, so that was very fortunate. But I must have already defeated Inver after it ticked over, so that's why we couldn't face him twice. Let's use a few berries here. Alright, very good. And onward we go. An elixir, okay. That'll restore power points. It's kind of like Lepa Berry, and usually it'd be very valuable. But the fact that we have Lepa Berries so early in the game, and the fact that we have so many of them, means it's not really so useful anymore. Okay, so this is not the secret base I used to have. It's got 2 rooms, so yeah, sure, whatever. We'll switch it. I won't decorate this one, but you know, something to keep in mind. Wonder what these things are. Just mats or spawn? Maybe they're spawn points if your friends come to visit. Is that the only secret base up here? Yeah, I think so. I wonder if they changed this area at all, because I thought there was like an area down here you could go around and make a secret base. Oh, maybe it's access through the desert. That could be it. But we cannot go through the desert yet because we do not have any kind of goggles, so... Failing that, I had to just go through, I had to go around the long way through Fiery Path again. Alright, so once again, there are more sandy areas over here, but I will use a repel. Or rather, a super repel. Just to avoid more wild Pokemon. And what's nice here is we can also, while we're repelling, we can gather some more soot for our soot sack. And we'll do this till our repel wears off. And then, sorry, I hope I didn't remember that Pokemon. That would have been sad. Alright, we're not going to use another though. Let's see if we have enough to make a cool item. You collected some ash? Let me see. Ah, not enough. You have 166. Okay, so one more super repel, we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and do that because I want to see what he can make. I would really like to see just his whole menu so I can know what like I'm going for. But I suppose I could also look that up online as well. Alright, having fun, riding around. I did have to train Swablu, just but watch out guys coming through. Just like by battling wild Pokemon. Then I would probably do it here, because then you get the bonus of the soot as well. It's about the right level, and it's memories too of training here. But not enough. Do you not click suit while you're on a bike or while you're rappelling? Let's use a rappel and walk in the grass normally. I guess that makes sense because, you know, it'd be hard to on a bike, but did they tell me that and I just fast forwarded through it? It's very possible. Alright, well, sorry for that, but I'm curious to see what they make the flutes out of, or what they make the flutes into. What they make the soot into, rather. Hopefully you guys are too. So, not going to bother sneaking up on any Pokemon, because I'm sure they're ones we already have. Can't switch the Pokénav, there we go. Or ones we've already encountered, like Spinda or Sandro, so I'd actually rather not fight those guys. Alright, so 250 steps goes by very quickly. If he still says 166, I'm going to be annoyed. So can you only do... Okay, let's try it. I'm just going to run through a few tiles here. Or is it like a key item I have to use? Maybe I totally misunderstood this item, okay. It's kind of annoying. I figured it would just always be with you in case you ever ran through soot. So all this time I've been running through it, and it's been for nothing. That's really annoying. No, it doesn't even do anything. It just is there in your inventory. I am perplexed. This is soot-filled grass, right? Actually, I think in the original games, as you ran through it, you like captured the soot and then maybe you can only use it when you're in the soot? Let's see. Alright, bag. Nope. Alright, well, I will go talk to the guy one more time, and otherwise, I'm not really sure. Maybe I can search for it while we're running away from this Spinda. But I don't understand this, and I would think that if I don't understand it, there's probably quite a few kids playing these games who also don't understand it, so I'm going to put that one kind of on the devs. Route 113 is where it works, which is this route, right? Yep, Route 113. Alright, and what does it say here? Doesn't really say anything, it just says used to gather volcanic ash, so let's click on volcanic ash. $166 more grams. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So in the original games, it's based on walking through ash-covered tall grass. And right, that's why it becomes unused. In this one, it's by walking through the ash heaps, like this one here. And I guess it doesn't tell you how many you have, it just is, you know, random. But I wish it would tell you how many grams were in the sack. That'd be really nice. All right, let's use one more super repel. I'll have to buy some more of these when we get back to back into town. But let's see if I can find some more of those piles to gather soot from. Okay, there's a few. Are there any more over here? Yes, there are. Oh, an item. Oh, I haven't been over here. Well, that's cool. Fairy type Pokemon are highly flammable. How do you know this, Fairy Tale girl? Oh, Curlia, that's cool. The evolved form of Ralts. Psychic and Fairy type. So it's Fairy types are actually not weak to fire. They are Fairy type attacks do not do much against fire. But alright, so we do know Steel Wing, which will be super effective since Curlia is a Fairy type. There we go. Did a good amount of damage there. Disarming Voice, a move we are familiar with, having already forgotten it, having already moved past it. Let's use Aerial Ace just because I want to. Don't need a better reason than that. Alright, nicely done, Ava. Should get a decent chunk of XP for that, yep. I got completely burned up. Alright, so what is this cool item here? Super Repel, right. Well, I actually can use that, so I'm not disappointed. Okay, so we've been over here. Alright. No, I think we're almost back where we started, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I should have used one. Ah, almost made it. Sorry, guys. I had intended to get a lot further in this episode, but there's still time. Right, and just because Spinda might be faster, I'm going to go ahead and just fight it. Apparently it's not faster. And I wonder if... Ooh, I don't think one more Secret Power will be enough. It's going to be really close. Maybe with the damage spread and the metronome. Nope, not quite. Oh, put it to sleep, though. You catch the Spinda. I guess we get XP either way, so why not? And we have a bazillion Pokeballs. Let's use one of them. I think it should be okay. Being asleep and being so low, it should be an easy capture. Hey, got ourselves a Spinda. Very nice. Yeah, so it looks like the stuff you buy, I think, is just for decorating your hideout. Let's see, Blue Flute, what does that do? Oh, it can wake a sleeping Pokemon, but not after Generation 3 or Generation 4. So, all right. So in the olden games, it was kind of like a Poke Flute, and you could use it that way, but not anymore. A Red Flute used to be able to snap Pokemon out of Infatuation. White Flute um, could increase wild Pokemon. Oh, actually, it does do once you get back to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Alpha Sapphire. Uh, it does have effects again. Okay, so is there an article for just like flutes so I can see them all at once? That'd be really useful. There are. Okay, so let's see. Um, a black flute will increase the level of wild Pokemon. So if you want to catch one like Swablu, that could be useful. Blue flute wakes a sleeping Pokemon, but we have berries for that, so I'm not so worried about it. A red flute would snap a Pokemon out of Infatuation, but I don't like using items in battle, so not going to use that. A white flute would decrease the level of wild Pokemon, so you could use it maybe in combination with a repel to get away from Pokemon, or maybe to train against a Pokemon on a certain route. So that's interesting. I like that. And yellow flute snaps out of confusion, but again, not using. I don't like using in battle items. So I can maybe get a black flute. How much do they cost? I wonder. Ah, 94 more grams. Wow, this takes forever. All right. Well, why don't I come back then after I uh, have more time to do this, and I'll show you guys what I can buy. Also, it says you can make like a table and chairs, which are really nice. I remember actually getting them for my hideout in previous games. So I might even do that here as well. You can get a pretty desk or um, called an elegant desk in this one. And you can also get an elegant chair, which used to be called a pretty chair. I'm not sure why they changed the name, but very nice glass furniture. Probably not too comfortable, but very sleek and modern and stylish. Also, I apologize if I call them strongholds instead of hideouts. Um, I'm used to playing SWTOR a lot, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and your bases there are called strongholds. I like how the Pokeballs in the machine actually are the Pokeballs you caught your Pokemon in. That's a pretty cool thing. For the first few generations of games, they didn't do that. I think it was probably Generation 3 or so where they actually remember which ball you caught them in. Might have been 2, but I think it was probably more like 3. Alright, anyway, now that we are back where we were before, let's actually make some progress, shall we? Starting with we already talked to the Move Maniac. Let's talk to the Fossil Maniac. A lot of maniacs in this town. My big brother's the Fossil Maniac. He's a nice guy who loves fossils. He loves digging holes too. He dug this one by himself. So you can have this. So you can have this. So you can dig holes like my big brother. I was about to say I wonder if maybe his big brother would give me dig, but instead he did. All right, so that's cool. Makes me suddenly wish I hadn't spent 10,000 Poké Dollars on Bulldoze because I think dig is better. Um, or it's they have the pros and cons, but um, Well, I guess, okay, so Metang can actually learn Dig, which makes sense. It'd be hard for him to dig with those little tiny claws. So I guess Bulldoze was actually useful for Slate at least. But for Ford, oh, he can't even learn. Okay, he can't even learn Bulldoze. So it looks like the Pokemon that could learn Bulldoze can't learn Dig, and vice versa. But so we have Aerial Ace, we have Dig. So I'll also I'll look up after this episode and see. I want to see what the best four combinations of moves are to be super effective against the most amount of Pokemon, so I can really use that Expert Belt and have good coverage. So that'll be fun. I can't believe we have so many choices this early on in the game, but I like that there are a lot of choices for moves, but also they're not like super overpowered. It's not like we have like Surf and Ice Beam and Earthquake at this stage in the game. I'm the Fossil Maniac. I'm a nice guy who loves fossils. Do you want a fossil? But the fossils around here all belong to me, none for you. Doesn't seem like much of a nice guy after all. If you can't go without a fossil, try the desert on Route 111. From what I've heard, the fossils buried in the sand sometimes rise to the surface due to sandstorms. Well, at least he was nice enough to give me that tip, and I don't think there are any wild Pokemon here in his little cave. So at some point we will have to go to the desert and get ourselves a fossil. And eventually resurrect it. But will it be part of our team? You'll have to keep watching and find out. My lips are sealed. Alright, now who is this guy? All my Pokemon does is roar. No one dares to come near me. If you would, please take this TM away. Alright, another TM. Roar forces your opponent to switch Pokemon, but it's really good in competitive battling. Especially against a Xerneas, for example. But it's not really as good in regular gameplay, so I wouldn't really bother with it if I were you. Route 114, alright. Let's go ahead and face this fisherman here. Assuming he wants to battle us. Yes, he does. Wonder when we get the good rod. Usually it's around this time, so maybe very soon. In fact, wasn't there like a cabin down there? That I don't clearly remember, but it kind of feels right. Alright, Corphish I think is only a water type, so we'll use Seeker Power. But its evolved form, Groudon, is water and dark type. Not that would really make too much difference. Hey, got the sleep chance again, very nice. Shows you how good Seeker Power is. If we had a Fairy type attack, that'd be good against a dark type. But even so, being only base 40, it would have an effective base power of 80, whereas Seeker Power, being base 70, plus Stab, has an effective base power of 105, so it goes to show you that super effective and not very effective aren't everything. Your move's base power and Stab also come into play. Whalmer, we faced one of them before. Same level I am. Ooh, and it's faster, so this could be tough. I really hope we get that sleep chance again, and we don't get confused. Not quite, but luckily, because of our metronome, it did a lot of damage, so Whirlpool shouldn't be too bad. It'll do damage at the end of each turn, but thankfully we can survive at least one more, whereas Whalmer is being knocked out right now. And actually, because the battle ends, we might not even take damage from the Whirlpool. Looks like it. If I were fishing, I would have won. Yeah, probably. I enjoyed fishing as a kid, but I was never like an amazing fisherman. I mean, for a kid, I was fine, but yeah, I think it's more luck than anything else. If you are a fisherman, then you're probably like, no, it's not all luck, and you're probably right. So, you know, no offense intended, but for kids doing it, there's only so much skill. At least me and my cousins and all had. Definitely some good times though. Always catch and release. I know my nana and my pop-up used to go fishing a lot, and they would actually, eat the fish and clean them and all. My nana would be really good at that, but when we went, we always used to catch and release, and then if we wanted fish, my grandmother would just like buy frozen fish and make it for us. Ooh, a Gyarados. Alright, this is going to be tough. Especially because Gyarados has the ability Intimidate. There it is, which lowers my attack stat. Ooh, not good at all. If I was smart, I might just switch out Ava, but let's see what we can do. Dragon Rage. Wow, that's a strong move at this point in the game. That does 40 hit points always. Oh, no sleep. Alright, so, wow, so you can see how much 40 base points is. That would defeat all my Pokemon in one shot except for Dan. So let's go ahead and bring in Zigzagoon, which has a free switch here. Once again, I apologize to Zigzagoon, but sorry, buddy. At least you get to see some daylight. That's nice. And Gyarados being a very strong, very powerful Pokemon for any point in the game, let alone this point, um, it's going to be a little hard to beat. Okay, so he does have Bite, so Slate would not be good. Let's send out Dan, because Dan can at least survive 2 Dragon Rages. Maybe like 1 Dragon Rage and 1 Bite. And I don't know if we're faster, we're probably not, but we do know Rock Tomb. So it'll be super effective, and it will slow Gyarados down as long as it hits, and we don't flinch. So we need some luck on our side here. Alright, luckily Bite didn't do as much as I thought it would. Rock Tomb also didn't do a ton, but we are probably now going to be faster. Okay, so let's see here. Base power 60, super effective is 120, 30 plus stab, or 70 plus stab is 105, plus the Silk Scarf is going to be about a little over 125, like 126 or so. So 126 versus, what was this, 120 I said? So Secret Power, because of my held item and stab, will do more damage. Plus it has the chance for sleep. And we are faster, good. That would have been a reason to use Rock Tomb instead. Yes, I like this battle. It goes to show you that sometimes you need strategy to win, but as long as you know what your moves do and think of things through, you know, you can survive even challenging battles. Not that we probably couldn't have just steamrolled this one anyway, but, you know, it made it a lot easier than it would have been. So one thing I like about these games is that sure, you can just have your starter only, and you know, at this point, if I just have my starter, I'd probably have a Blaziken, he'd probably be like level like 38 or something crazy like that. And even against like Gyarados, I'd probably be okay. But, you know, you never know. If that Gyarados can do a water type move, like Aqua Tail, then, or Waterfall, then maybe not. Alright, this might be, let's see whose house this is before I use an item, because... Oh. Alright, well, we might not get to the house before we have to face that person, so... Item it is, then. I'm thinking it might actually be the Fisherman's house and not like a Heal to Full house, but we'll see. It is... Lynette? Oh, it's Lynette's house, that's right. I think I did deduct that last time we were here. Oh, Owen, I'm sorry everything is so cluttered. When I get engrossed in research, things end up this way. This is embarrassing. Please keep this a secret in exchange for this. A Lotad doll. Oh, for my base. So I appreciate that. It was a good idea to add bases to the game. It gives the developers a whole new set of items that they can give you as rewards, and actually have use for them. Sure. All right, what you gonna do? Organize boxes. If you want to return to normal, please talk to me again. Okay. Is there a PC here? I'd be very surprised if there's not. I guess there are, but they're not hooked up at the moment. I mean, this one's on, but it must be like Lynette's PC, but like actually Lynette's PC. Oh, marking. Yeah, that's right. I think there is a marking system. Your storage system is quite convenient. It has a lot of user-friendly features that make it fun and useful too. It makes me proud that I played a part in its development. Here's hoping you'll continue research in storage systems. I bet that's from Bill. Alright, cool. Well, have fun, Lynette. Nice little house you have here, but I have things to do and places to be. Oh, he gives me berries. Well, thank you. Guess I could have grabbed his berry from him a while back, but I assumed he was a trainer when we came here to get Swablu. Alright, speaking of berries, I think we've already kind of seen all the Pokemon here, besides the 1% chance at a, oh, water bug thing. Its name is escaping me now. Surskit. Yeah, trying to keep all the names of all the Pokemon in your brain takes up a lot of space. Alright, I might not plant any berries here. I think I'm going to try to avoid planting berries for a while, just because it takes time and because I might forget to come back and get them, so... So yeah, alright. Who do we have up? We have Ava, and let's put Lily at the front just because she's also a bit of a lower level. And do another double battle. Oh, we already faced them, right. I also did notice while watching one of my replays that they're actually teammates, I think, is the trainer class, not twins, which makes sense as to why they don't look the same. They could be fraternal, and why one of them seemed to have a crush on the other, which I thought was kind of weird. Um, and why they don't have the same names. So, yep, makes a lot more sense. Although, if I have twins, I'd love to have twins. If I have twins, I'm not going to name them rhyming names. That just kind of is weird. But, alright, so Steel Wing and Thief are both evenly effective against Aron, whereas my stab moves will be not very effective. How much base power does Steel Wing have? 70, right? So it might not hit, but let's risk it. Maybe we'll get the defense boost too, that'd be nice. Ooh, Roar, okay, well that's convenient because I didn't really want to stay in anyway, but now I get a free switch. Alright, so grass type moves will be evenly effective, so here's our first chance to use Giga Drain. Very nice. Aron has pretty good defenses, but pretty bad special defense, which is why that did so much damage. But my Pokemon! Sorry, friend. That's the way the battle goes sometimes. And what's it gonna be? Another Swablu. Swablu versus Swablu. Oh, 19 female, just like when we caught Ava here. Right to sleep. This would actually be really helpful if I was trying to catch more Pokemon using Secret Power. I didn't think of that, but yeah, and we'll use another one just because of the metronome, and it does do a little more damage than Aerial Ace does anyway. Oh, this would be the, well, if it had stayed asleep, it would be the perfect way to catch it, but we already have one, so thank you, but no thanks. Alright, so even though I was hungry after fighting in the food court there, I did not get some food between the last episode and this one. I figured I would wait until I was really hungry and then, you know, do it when I can really enjoy it. So I might go look for what we have to eat and take a little break, have some food, but it's still fairly early, just about 1 a.m. I do have to work tomorrow, but I did also sleep in a lot today. My clock actually broke, so I thought it was much earlier in the day than it was when I woke up. But there you go. Did we explore over there? I think we did. I'm going to say we did. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'll look up those TM moves, see if I want to teach my Pokemon Dig, which I'm probably going to. And when I come back, we will continue on into Meteor Falls, meet May and Professor Cosmo, and continue the main plot. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too, as always. And thank you for watching episode 23 of Let's Play Alpha Sapphire. See you right back here for episode 24.